It's the National Football League. Next.
This building holds just north of 80,000. Great matchup between the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable.
Joey Sly set to get us started, and we are underway in our nation's capital. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
We knew about the great mind coming out of Duke, and we saw the athletic ability and the potential. Watching it all come together and get better with each passing year, that's been fun. He can throw it deep, throw it short, and, of course, take off out of the pocket and beat you with his legs as well.
Jones looking to throw it on the first play. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
To throw again on second down. Jones has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Jones. Got a man, that's Richie James. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33. It's a pickup at 16.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Jones. Buying time to his left. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well-drilled, well-prepared, and excited to start this game.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. 1 yard is the gain. And the Giants will be set up with a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I go right at him with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. That was a really good open. Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Bringing him out is the pride of North Dakota State. Now in his 7th NFL season, Carson Wentz.
And when you look at him, you see that he's got all the tools you want in a quarterback. The big frame, the quick release, strong arm, has escapability. The issue sometimes tries to do too much instead of just taking the throws that are available to him, and occasionally turnovers get him into trouble.
Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 24, Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Wentz. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wentz returns it right back to Samuel. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Gibson here running out of the gun. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 12 more yards there and another first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game. It will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Wentz now on 1st down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wentz to throw again. That's Samuel, caught left side. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Wentz on 3rd down. That's out to the flat for Gibson. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Yeah, he's had great protection back there to throw, really been able to survey from the pocket.
That means the jersey stays clean, so the dry cleaning bill, that's reduced. It also means the trainer doesn't have to deal with him because he's not getting hit. Also means that he's able to find targets downfield at his leisure. That allows him to be really accurate.
Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal.
On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw. Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. So the coach putting the blitz on, and remember, that coach, former defender in this league, he loves this.
Yeah, they love to see it happen because I think they just have that flashback about when they were playing, right? That's what we were taught. That's what we did. And they use that same impact with their own teams and do the same type of teaching.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. He's got it. And he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out. By a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Gibson.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Gibson again. And he will again go backwards as they drive him back to the 4-yard line.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
To throw, it's Wentz. Now he'll... And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Carson Wentz taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Commanders have taken the lead.
Well, that's what you want to see from your quarterback when it's a goal line situation. A guy who's not afraid to tuck the ball, give his body up, and get into the end zone. That ought to inspire his entire team.
Joey Sly on for the extra point.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive, 4 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
Down. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Go get him now. Do your thing. Let's go.
Now Jones on first down.
And this will be caught. It's Isaiah Hodgins. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
A gain of 14. First down, Giants.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Looking to throw. Jones. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Again, he'll drop to throw.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Bellinger hauls it in out left side.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Gano's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Wentz bringing the Commanders out for 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Wentz.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Wentz now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
If they're going to get a 1st down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
From midfield, here's Wentz.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
A give running right, Gibson.
And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. These two teams all tied after one.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football.
As they've got a foot or two.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw it. Wentz.
Throw right side complete to Dotson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau.
And the Giants are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Possession of the football going back over to the Giants. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
We'll go down as a gain of 6, and now it's 3rd and 3.
for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing Jones.
It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch.
And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jones. Throw left side complete. That's James. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. Could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. On 2nd and 10. Jones.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the draw, this is Barkley. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped to the backfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Jones looking deep downfield.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Gano's kick is good, and they will take the lead at 13-10.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Commanders' offense set to take over. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On first down, right back to Gibson.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Once more, Gibson.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Now Wentz.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there. And now 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away.
Waiting on it will be Richie James. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
New York ready to go again offensively.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A first down run not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Barkley, inside handoff. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
The Washington offense back out there. And down by a field goal, they'll take over with excellent field position following the interception.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. And it's caught. And he's brought down.
Wentz finding McLaurin there for the Commanders first.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders are able to move back in front.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And New York set to take the field.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Back to throw. Jones.
Over the middle, complete. It's James. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Complete to Ricky James. A gain of 14. And the Giants first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Jones. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. From the 40 now on second down. Jones. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside. They were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because that incompletion's on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. Gano's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, it's still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff.
Taken at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Wins his throw complete there to Thomas.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it, turn upfield, and pick up the first down.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
Play action. Now Wentz.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. He'll get this one to Galladay.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 16, Jones.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Jones now on 3rd and 2. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's James.
And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Looking to throw. Jones. Touchdown, Giants. Richie James as the first half is winding down.
And the Giants have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Gano for the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away from the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
All start.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 1st down.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for the Giants. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on the secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for Washington, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Wentz now on first down.
This pass hauled in by Dotson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Going right back to Dotson. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Wentz now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw.
Going right side, he finds Slayton.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Off the play fake. Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On 1st down, Wentz. And Thomas has it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on his team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd.
That's into the hands of his tight end, Bates.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
A give to Gibson running right.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
And they'll bring him down here up about the 22-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Jones on 1st and 10. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
And the Giants first down.
Up the middle with Barkley. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 44-yard line.
And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. That'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Throwing, Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone.
Most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Jones.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now Jones on 3rd down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's a 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal.
This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Gano's kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line. Here's Wentz to throw. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. first play of the drive, going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think, a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver.
And now it's 2nd down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
To throw is Wentz.
He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Again, it's Wentz. Thomas has got it, complete.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. With the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen. And I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move? He made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque.
Yeah, I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
That's really nice coverage there. I'm not sure he would have gotten to the first down marker anyway. But boy, oh boy, did they blanket him.
Yeah, short throw, but he really didn't have many options. Had to force it in. Well, he didn't have to, but he chose to force it in somewhere. Incomplete.
Yeah, now brings up 4th down.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The New York set to take the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
$51 yards on the punt there.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10.
At their own 27. Working from the gun, Wentz. That is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on
Wentz. Flushed out right.
He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Here's Tressway now as he's on for the 5th time here today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Jones now throwing to start the drive. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's James. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They find some open field here. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
42 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's got some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And a gain of 4 gets them right to the midfield stripe. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On second down, here's Barkley.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line.
It's 44. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 in second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, Wentz. Sliding out of the pocket, and he wisely will throw that one away.
But sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away. So
after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing is Wentz. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here's Tressway now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Take the lead, continue to throw the football. 51, Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up.
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Going right side, he finds Slayton. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Jones. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. If you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Wentz bringing the Commanders out for 1st and 10.
At their own 11. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz.
Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. And they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. Oh, wide open, complete.
And he will be taken down, but it's a big play and a conversion for Washington on 4th down.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Wentz now to throw.
Completes it to Samuel. He's got room at the 30.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
And the top speed he attained there, according to Next Gen Stats, 21.3 miles per hour.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Back to the ground with Gibson.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Now Wentz.
Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson on a receiving end from Carson Wentz. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
So they fought half the battle here, but they're still down.
Plenty of work still left for them, but they delivered in the first step in their comeback attempt.
Sly on for the extra point.
And the lead is down to 2. A 10-play drive that time.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard to the 43. This is about what you'd expect. Defense selling out to stop the run. Pretty good on 1st and 2nd down.
Yeah, you know what you're really worried about? Making sure you're holding up the offensive lineman as a defensive lineman. Now you're just talking about getting in gaps. You're trying to get upfield, penetrate, and make a play on the football. Especially, before the running back really gets control of it. That's what you're doing. You're also bringing the linebackers in to jam the line of scrimmage. And a safety or two is going to be there as well.
He's going to sling this deep downfield.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Wentz bringing the Commanders out for 1st and 10.
At the 20. Wentz.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there, and now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz, sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for first down.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. That's Samuel, caught left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete to Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw, Wentz. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Azeez Ojulari
in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Wentz throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They will look for some important yardage on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boot. Wentz to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Wentz going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They begin with a run by Barkley.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They'll go to Barkley again.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down.
Down to a knee goes Jones, and that should just about seal it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.